Hello guys, this is Mudassar from PhoneYear. I'm today finally doing the battery test of Redmi Note 11. I know I'm very late and I apologize for that. But you people have been asking me too many times for why I don't do the battery test of this phone. So here I am today doing the battery test. Plus, I've also included the camera test of this phone. So this video contains both battery and the camera test. So let's be quick and let's go straight to our first test. But before moving on, there is a request, guys. Please subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. It's really important for me. Redmi Note 11 comes with a 33-watt charger out of the box, and it should charge your phone really early. So as you can see, in 5 minutes I got 7% battery, and in 10 minutes the phone charged 17%, and some 48% battery was charged in 30 minutes. So this is a fast charging option, and as you can see, the phone is going really fast. In 1 hour 83% battery has been charged, and the complete battery I got in 1 hour and 16 minutes. So let's start our battery drain test. And as you know guys, that I keep the brightness level at 50% and the volume level at 100%, and there is no Wi-Fi and mobile data during my test, and I keep running the videos in a loop until the battery dies. I have been draining phones with 680 chipset, and not all of them gave me similar performance. Recently Vivo Y33T was a decent performer but did not give me a really long battery backup. Then I was really impressed with the battery of Oppo F21 Pro that I tested recently, and it gave me a really long battery backup. It went beyond 20 hours benchmark. And if you want to watch complete battery test of Oppo F21 Pro, here is the link in the description and on the screen. And now I see that the phone is giving me 3 to 4% battery drain in an hour, and I have kept the screen refresh rate at 90 Hz. So I think phone is going to give me a really long battery backup. Guys, it's always tiring to test such a long battery backup phones, and it takes a lot of time. So as you can see, the battery gave me 22 hours and 13 minutes. It's a huge backup, but still it's an hour behind the 4500 mAh battery of Oppo F21 Pro. Well, let me be honest, this battery was really good in the usual daily performance as well. On 4G mobile data, it was very economical on YouTube, TikTok and WhatsApp video call. YouTube drained 3% battery in 30 minutes, and in the same period, TikTok drained 6% battery, and also WhatsApp video call took away 6% battery. Well, while playing games, the PUBG drained 12% battery in an hour during my test. If you multitask this phone, it can drain around 11 to 12% battery in an hour. And if you turn on the hotspot, use the phone at the same time, it can go up to 12 to 13% in an hour. So guys, Redmi Note 11 is a really economical battery overall. Well, about the performance of this phone, it's a budget phone and coming with a really basic chipset, Snapdragon 680, and it's not a gaming chipset as well. So you can expect small lags here and there during your daily use. The PUBG can be played at balanced graphics, and I got a little lag at some places, but overall, it was a very balanced phone performance. But the good thing I like about this phone is the display. You really can get to 1000 nits of brightness, and it's very easy to look at the screen on sunny days. After all, it's an AMOLED screen and 6.4 inches of screen size. So guys, it's time to test the camera of this phone. We get 4 cameras on the rear side of this phone. 50 megapixel main lens, then we have 8 megapixel ultra wide lens, a 2 megapixel depth sensor and 2 megapixel macro sensor. On the front for selfies, we have a 13 megapixel sensor. And let's jump to the selfies part first. The camera can take decent selfies, and it is good for being a 13 megapixel budget phone camera. In good light, the picture quality is excellent. Look at the facial details here, the skin tone, everything looks nice. And you also get the beauty mode, but when you use it, that takes away all the necessary facial details, and skin looks really smooth and buffy. Well, I noticed that HDR is really modest for behind the scene light sources in case of selfies. It handles the light source decently but not aggressively. Blown out areas look a little noticeable due to light behind the subject in selfies. Well, the rear camera stays behind than the front sensor in terms of details in photos and portraits, but they're still good. But I think the HDR mode on the rear camera isn't very much like the front camera. Look at the sun, the blown areas are very prominent, and I can't get details of trees and plants and leaves, and down there it's very dark. So I think the dynamic range is too little here. But again, when it's away from the light source, everything else works really nice, and you can see these pictures. They are very, very well exposed and coming with very good colors. And now let's take another set of pictures. The sunlight is falling on the building properly here. And as you can see, the image look colorful and impressive from here and at 1x. Let's zoom a bit and see if we are getting enough details on the buildings or not. I think the exposure on this part of the building is higher and killing the details on the pillars and the walls. Let's see what kind of pictures we can get on this phone with different zoom levels. But things are better for close-up subjects on Redmi Note 11. The macro shot, bokeh and photo 1x mode works really good enough for close-up objects. The night performance of Redmi Note 11 from the front camera is acceptable in good ambient light. The screen flashlight helps to some extent as well. But since it's a 13 megapixel camera, we can't really expect much out of this phone. Unfortunately, there is no night mode for the front camera on this phone. The rear camera can take colorful images, but it still struggles with the light that directly falls on the lens. I think night mode slightly makes the images look better. It increases the brightness level and reveals the darker areas slightly better, but not what we expected from this phone. The videos from the front camera on this phone are good in details when the light is good, but again it struggles from the rear camera. The rear camera is good with the close-up subjects, but for wider shots and little far away subjects, it's just an ordinary performance. So as this is the battery and camera performance of Redmi Note 11 from my side, I think the battery performance really excels. I mean, the phone is really good with the battery backup. It charges, quickly and give a very long battery backup. But as far as the camera is concerned, I'm not really impressed. We have some other phones with better camera options, even having a same 680 chipset. But your opinion is really important. Do let me know what you think about this phone, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share this video, like this video. See you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.